What's up, everybody? This is Domingo Hero Network of the Ice Barrier, and today's Yu-Gi-Oh video I'm going to be doing, a deck profile. Yes, I'm finally going to be doing a deck profile in the year 2024, and this is my first Yu-Gi-Oh deck profile in the year 2024, and what better deck profile to do than one of my favorite decks, Heroes. This is my updated hero deck profile for the post Battle of Legends Terminals Revenge, or BLTR for short, because Heroes actually got new support from that. So there's actually one card that is actually from Battles of Legends Terminal Revenge that I actually do play in this deck, and I'm going to show you that in just a moment once I get through this deck profile. So yeah, Heroes is one of my favorite decks. I love this deck so much, so what better way to start off this Yu-Gi-Oh deck profile in the year 2024 than my updated hero deck profile, which is one of my favorites. So I'm going to show you guys the main deck, extra deck, and side deck, and all the card choices and ratios, and a couple changes and all that stuff. So let's not waste any time. So without further ado, let's get this Yu-Gi-Oh deck profile started. So here we go. We're going to start off with the main deck first. And to start off the main deck, we're going to start off the monsters. And the monsters we're going to start off first is the Elemental Hero. So here we go. I do play 3 copies of Elemental Hero Stratos, 2 copies of Elemental Hero Shadow Mist, 1 copy of Elemental Hero Liquid Soldier, 1 copy of Elemental Hero Spirits of Neos, 1 copy of Elemental Hero Neos, and the 1 card that I told you from Battles of Legends Terminal Revenge, 1 copy of Winkuriable level 6. So these are Elemental Heroes that I do play. So Stratos is a very good card, a card that I always love this card. I mean, if you play like 2 or 3, that's fine, it doesn't matter. Same thing with Shadow Mist. You can play like 1 Shadow Mist or 2. I kind of like 3 or 2. I kind of like that ratio better with 3 Stratos and 2 Shadow Mists, because you know you're gonna need it does come up many times. Stratos, you know, when it's summoned, you know, you search for a hero monster, or you can destroy any number of spell and trap your opponent control equal to the number of hero monsters you control, except for this card. Shadow Mist is pretty good. You know, it search for your change quick play spell, which you know you search for match change, and also if she's sent to the graveyard, you can search for 1 hero monster and add it to your deck to your hand. Liquid Soldier, very good card to play because it has the effect where, you know, if it's normal summon, when it's card normal summon, you know, you can target level 4 lower hero monster in your graveyard and special summon it from your graveyard. And also, if this card is sent to the graveyard or banished while it's used as a fusion material to summon out, you know, a hero fusion monster, you could draw 2 cards and you could discard 1, but you can only use 1 of those effects of Liquid Soldier per turn, and only once that turn. And Spirits of Neos is actually a pretty good card to play. I like Spirits of Neos because it has an effect where, you know, if your opponent declares an attack, you could special summon this card from your hand. And if this card is special summon, you could search for a polarization, or you could search for a spell tracker that mentioned hero in his name. And of course, we do play that a counter trap that you could actually search to with using the effect of Spirits of Neos. And of course, we do play the Elemental Hero Neos, and I gotta say, I actually love this card as a quarter century secret rare. As you can see right there, look at that, it looks so beautiful as a quarter century secret rare. The reason why we play Neos is because we do play fusion monsters like Elemental Hero Shining Neos Wingman, and it's very important, so that's why we need it as one of those fusion materials. So that's why Neos is important. And of course, we got this card right here, Winkuriable level 6. Winkuriable level 6 has an effect where this card is always going to be treated as an Elemental Hero card or a favorite card. Has an effect where you can cannot be normal summon the set. You got to special summon this card by banishing an Elemental Hero fusion monster or a Winkuriable monster, either from your hand, face up field, or graveyard. And Winkuriable level 6 has an effect where if your opponent activates like a monster effect, or if your opponent declares an attack, you could target one of those monsters, destroy it, and if you do that, you can inflict damage to your opponent equal to that their destroy monster's original attack point. So Winkuriable level 6 is pretty good. You know, it's a burn, and it does come up many times. Good thing about this card, right? If you have this, and let's say you have Absolute Zero on your field face up, you could banish your Absolute special Winkuriable, and if your opponent has monsters, you can just use Absolute Zero's effect to destroy all your opponent's monsters, and that's pretty cool as well. So I thought that's actually pretty cool. And the fact that this card could be searched, you know, with Shadow Mist or even Spirits of Neos, since it does treat it as an Elemental Hero card for a Wing Kariba monster, it's pretty good. Like, I love it, and I think Wing Kariba pretty sick. It's actually pretty good because it does come up at times, especially for the burning and stuff. And you can even search it with, you know, with Stratos and Shadow Mist and stuff like that. So it's pretty cool. Okay, so that's it for the Elemental Heroes. Now we're gonna move on to the Destiny Heroes, and of course we're gonna be playing 3 copies of Destiny Hero Militias. Very happy to see this card at 3 again. 1 copy of Destiny Hero Denier, 1 copy of Destiny Hero Dynatag, 1 copy of Destiny Hero Celestio, 1 copy of Destiny Hero Dark Angel, and the 1 copy of Destiny Hero Plasma. So Malicious is amazing at 3. I'm very happy that this card is back at 3, so Hero's back at full power, you know. I know it was good at 2, but honestly, I actually love 3. I feel like 3 is better. So ever since that ban list, when they run back Malicious back at 3 a few months ago, I was so happy, you know. Denier, you know, it used to be, it was basically treated as a Destiny Hero Malicious, but now it became from a 3rd Mally to a 4th Mally, so you're basically playing 4 Malicious because you have Denier, and of course, you know, we all know what Denier does. You know, when it's like summon, you target a Destiny Hero monster that is like, you know, in the graveyard or even in your or banish, and then you can place it on top of your deck. And of course, Denier has, which that effect only happens once per turn. And the other effect of Denier says, if you have a Destiny Hero monster graveyard, you can special summon Denier from your graveyard, but you only use that effect once per duel, so basically once. But Denier is a very good card to play because, you know, now the fact that you can play basically 4 Mallies, you know, with the 3 Mallies and then the Denier is very important for your fusion plays and your link plays as well. Dynatag and Celestia. Now, the reason why I play those 2 is because we do play cards like Destiny Hero with Dystopia and stuff like that, so it's very important, especially for the burning damage, because you need to, because there comes a times where if you ever go to a tournament, if it go time, you know, you need to have the burning damage before time goes up, you know. So Dynatech is good for the, you know, for basically giving your Destiny Hero monster 1,000 attack points and stuff like that. You know, abandoning the graveyard and stuff. Celestial's pretty good because, you know, we play this card mostly for the draw power, like, you know, you banish the Celestia from the graveyard and then another Destiny Hero to draw 2 cards. If you control, well, if you have no cards in your hand, then you can basically draw 2. So basically like a pot of greed. Dark Angel, not a lot of hero players don't play this, but I do play this card in the main deck because it's actually pretty good, because once you have your 3 Destiny Hero monsters in your graveyard, you know, discard the Dark Angel, and then you target itself, and then special summons your opponent's side of the field, and then your opponent cannot activate, and once they activate a spell card, Dark Angel negates it and destroys it, so it's pretty good. Plasma, we all know what it does. It's a walking skill drain, because it's amazing. Like, Plasma is pretty good, and because of Destiny Hero being back at 3, you can easily summon out your Plasma, you know, of course, by tripling 3 of your monsters, and of course, negates all monsters affecting your opponent's turn. Then you can even take 1 monster your opponent control and equip it to Plasma, and the Plasma gains half of the attack points of that equipped monster. So it's very, very good. I actually like playing the Plasma. So these are the Destiny Heroes that I do play, and they're all pretty good. You know, I actually like this ratio very, very well. Alright, so for the Evil Heroes, I only play 1, and that's 1 copy of Evil Hero Dust to Go. Yeah, I know not a lot of hero players do not play this card, but I do play this because there comes a time where you have to go Evil Hero Malicious Bane, and Malicious Bane comes out many times, and it helps a lot. That's why I still play it. But I also heard that Evil Hero is getting new support, so maybe in the future, maybe there are some hero players who are going to play this engine again, because, you know, Evil Heroes is getting new support in the future, so we probably got to wait until next year, 2025. I will definitely get the new support for Evil Heroes and then do an update deck profile on this one once the new Evil Heroes support comes out. But for now, Dust to Go, very good because you search for your Dark Calling, which is treated as a Dark Fusion. Alright, and now we're going to go to the Vision Heroes. We play 3 copies of Vision Hero Ferris, 2 copies of Vision Hero Increase, and 2 copies of Vision Hero Vion. So we all know what it does. You use Ferris's effect, special summon by sending a hero monster from your hand to the graveyard and discard. Then special summon Ferris, and then use Ferris effect to summon out the increase, you know, placed into these spells in trap zone, then you get increases effect to tribute the Ferris and special summon increase, and then you get increased other effect to special summon the Vion. Then you get Vion's effect to Foolish Burial a hero monster, and then you can also use the other effect to banish a hero monster in grave and then search for polarization. So it's pretty good. 3-2-2 is a good ratio. You know, 3 Ferris, 2 increase, and 2 Vions. I don't like increase at 1 because there comes a times where you might draw it and then this whole engine thing is gonna die. That's why it's better to play 2 than 1. You always gotta play increase in 2. Vion is also good as 2. I know some people play 3. I think 2 is fine. You don't really need a third one for Vion. The Ferris, we all know you always gotta play Ferris at 3. Alright, and the last monsters to round off the monsters in this main deck, we play 3 copies of Ash Blossom and Joyous Spring. You already know what it does because Ash Blossom is one of the most important hand traps that you need to play. Alright, that's it for the monsters. Now we're going to move on to the spells. First spell cards I'm going to show you is 3 copies of A Hero Lives. Hero Lives is amazing. It's a card you always got to play at 3. You know, you pay half your life points if you control no face-up monster. Special summon a level 4 lower elemental hero from your deck. So it's pretty good because you want to mostly summon out your Stratos and your Shadow Mist as well. So it does come up at times and it's pretty good. Love A Hero Lives. Alright, now we're going to move on to the other spell cards for the fusions that we play. We play 3 copies of Fusion Destiny, 2 copies of Mass Change, 2 copies of Polarization, 1 copy of Miracle Fusion, and 1 copy of Dark Calling. So these are the fusion cards we play. I love Fusion Destiny. It's a very good card. I used to play this at 2, but I decided to put it up to 3 because, you know, 3 is kind of better though, honestly. I mean, I like it at 2, but you do need to see it more. So that's why I decided to play the 3 Fusion Destiny because we do play DPE. We play cards like Dystopia, and I also play Dangerous as well. And that's why we play the 3 Fusion Destinies. Fantastic card. The only thing is, though, the only problem with this one is that if you activate this card, you only got to summon out. You only have to special summon out Dark Hero monsters, and during your opponent's next end phase, that Dark Fusion monster, the Destiny Fusion monster you summon with Fusion, it will be destroyed during the next turn. It doesn't come up that much, but when it does, you know, it's kind of thing. But it's still pretty good, though. I think Fusion Destiny is still a very good card to play, and it's a card you gotta play at 3. Mass Change at 2. I used to play at 3, but I put it down to 2 because I normally don't go to Max C that much. Because like it doesn't come up that at times, you know, because you always gotta go with, you know, Fusion Destiny and Polarization, stuff like that. But that's why I put it down to 2 and place a 3rd Fusion Destiny. But when it does come up, you know, you go for your Master of Dark Law and stuff. So it's very important. You still need to play the Mass Change because Dark Law is like very important in this deck. Polarization is good at 2. You know, I've always loved Poly at 2. I don't play it at 1. I used to play it one time at 1, but it's not good enough. I like it at 2 better. Miracle Fusion at 1 is good because you can actually search Miracle Fusion with Sunrise, so it does come up many times. Dark Calling, because we do play the Evil Hero Dust of Gold, so it can search it because it does treat it as a Dark Fusion. And of course, the Evil Hero, that's Malicious Bang, is very good. You know, that's why we play the Dark Calling. I know a lot of hero players don't play it, but me, I still play it because you definitely need it. Alright, so as far as the other spell cards to play, the 1-ups, 1 copy of Call by the Grave because you want to stop your opponent from hand trapping you. 1 copy of Harvey's Feather Duster. Some people side deck this card. I like main decking it because there comes a time when your opponent plays a lot of back rows and you want to like get rid of them. So Harvey's Feather Duster is amazing. And I also play 1 copy of Reinforcement of the Army because Rhoda does search for a level for your level 4 lower warrior monsters, and you do play a lot of good hero monsters that are level 4 or lower. And Rhoda is very important to play because you want to search for cards like your Stratos or your Shadow Mist and stuff like that. So it does come up many times. So, alright, so that's it for the spells. And as far as the traps, I only play 2. I play 1 copy of Favorite Contact and 1 copy of Protection of the Element. So these 2 cards are the hero trap cards that we play. Favorite Contact, you're going to need this card to summon out your Shining Needle's Windman, because this card could be searched with the effect of Infernal Rage. And this card is so good because you summon, you activate this, and then you send any of your fusion materials, of your hero fusion materials that is like from the hand or even in the graveyard or banish zone, and then shuffle it into your bottom of your deck and summon out your fusion materials. So we do use this to summon out, for your Shining Needles Wingman. Sometimes you can use this card for wake up your elemental hero if you can do that as well, or any of the other heroes, but mostly you're going to summon out using this card for Shining Needles Wingman. And like I said, this card could be searched with Infernal Rage. Protection of the Elements is a very good counter tracker because it has an effect where if your opponent activates when your opponent activates a spell and trap card and you control face up elemental hero monster, you could banish your face-up elemental hero monster, and if you do, negate the evacuation of opponent's spell or trap card and destroy it. So it's pretty good, and this card could be searched with the effect of your elemental hero spirits or Neo, so that's why we do play this card. This is a very good counter trap for heroes, even though it's an elemental hero counter trap, but it's a very good counter trap to play, and the fact that you can search it with spirits or Neos and then negate an opponent's spell and trap is very good. But do keep in mind, you have to have a face-up elemental hero monster to banish and in order to use this effect. But the elemental hero monster that gets banished will come back, until the end phase, until the end phase, the next turn, and all that stuff. So it's very, very good. So it's a very good counter trap to play. I mean, you don't have to play if you don't want to, but it's up to personal preference. All right, so that's it for the main deck. Now we're going to move on to the extra deck. So let's start off with the fusions. We're going to be playing the Elemental Hero Fusion. So we play one copy of Elemental Hero Absolute Zero, one copy of Elemental Hero Sunrise, one copy of Wake Up Your Elemental Heroes, one copy of Elemental Hero Flame Wingman Infernal Rage, and the one copy of Elemental Hero Shining Needles Wingman. Like this card, these are the Elemental Fusions we play. Absolute Zero is amazing. It does come up at times, and we do play Liquid Soldier because Liquid Soldier is a water. You're gonna need to summon out Absolute Zero, and Absolute Zero is amazing. Destroy all monsters your opponent control when it leaves the field. Sunrise is amazing as well. This one has effect. Of course, all the monsters. Your hero monster you control gains like 200 attack points for each. Monsters with different attributes you control, and also has an effect to search a Miracle Fusion when it's special summon. And another thing is, it has an effect where if there's an attack and clear involving a hero monster, you can target one card in the field and then destroy it. So it's pretty good. So it pops a card, search a Miracle Fusion, and then the little bit of a beat stick for each hero monster with different attributes and stuff. Very, very good. And also you can summon out your Sunrise using the effect of Infernal Rage. So that way, once you get your Infernal Rage, you tribute it, and then summon out your Sunrise, and then you use Sunrise effect to search for Miracle Fusion. Wake Up Your Elemental Hero is amazing because it's pretty good. The gains like the 300 attack for each. You can even use as much of many hero material as much as you could. We mostly sometimes you use this for like the OTKs, and then you gains attack point for each, fusion materials of the heroes you use. That comes up many times for the OTK and stuff. Another thing is, he also has another effect, like if it gets destroyed, you can summon out one warrior monster. So it's good for the OTKs or FTKs, and as well as a combo piece as well. So Wake Up Elemental is amazing. Very, very good, and you can use as many fusion material as possible, so that way it gains the 300 attack for each one of those materials, so that way it can get stronger and stuff for the OTKs and stuff, and sometimes it could be used as a combo piece as well. Infernal Rage is amazing. Once it's summoned, you search for your favorite contact. That's what you're gonna do, and then like I said before, you tribute it. Summon out Sunrise and stuff, and special summon and get the Miracle Fusion stuff like that. Now I did mention earlier we did play Elemental Hero Neos because you're gonna need to play Neos in order to, and also another Elemental Hero with two different attributes. So it has to be two Elemental Hero monsters, but it has to have different attribute in order to summon out your Infernal Rage. So of course, if you search for Polarization, Elemental Hero Neos, and then another E-Hero monster, fusion, summon out Infernal Rage, and then you get Infernal Rage effect, you know, search for the favorite contact, and then you tribute Infernal Rage, and then, like I said, summon out the Sunrise, and then search for Miracle Version with Sunrise and stuff like that. So pretty good. And then once you summon out your favorite contact, you set it face down, then you can even activate during your opponent's turn, and then, you know, shuffle the Infernal Rage and your Elemental Neos into your decks and summon out the Shining Wheels Wingman. And Shining Wheels Wingman has the effect, you know, destroy cards you're putting up to the number of the fusion materials that it was summoned with this card. It's very good, and of course it gains like attack points as well, and it gets stronger. Use it for destroying cards your opponent controls, and also good for like as a beast stick as well for the OTKs, FTK stuff as well. So they're very, very good. I really enjoy playing these hero cards because, you know, these elemental hero fusions are like the most important things in this deck that you're going to need, because these do come up many times and you're going to go OTK for the win. Alright, so now we're going to move on to the Destiny Hero Fusion Monsters. One copy of Destiny Hero Destroyer Phoenix Enforcer, one copy of Destiny Hero Dangerous, and the one copy of Destiny Hero Dystopia. So these are the cards that we play one of each, since we do play 3 Fusion Destiny. DPE is amazing. I love this card so much, especially, you know, where your monsters your opponent control lose a 200 attack point for, you know, for each heroes is in the graveyard and stuff like that. And then it has the effect where you can destroy one card, you control one card, your opponent can control and destroy them and stuff, you know, because there comes a time where you want to pop itself and then pop an opponent's card. And then once this card is in the graveyard, you're going to activate DP's effective special summon a Destiny Hero monster from your graveyard during the next standby phase of the next turn. And you always got to summon out your DPE. That's what you always do. Once you get your Fusion Destiny, summon out DPE, or you can even go Polymerization as well. You know, then use the effect to target it, or then target one card on another card on the field, destroy them, and then you get activate DP's effect in the graveyard, and then during the standby phase of the next turn, you special summon out your DPE. So, and the good thing about this, you know, pop destroying one card and another card on the field is a quick effect, so it's very, very good. Dangerous is pretty good as well. It's a very good, I use this mostly for like as a link material for the combos and stuff, especially, you know, summon out Dangerous and then use it as a link material, summon out your link extra heal monsters and stuff. So it's very good for the combo piece. Dystopia is good for the burning damage as well. And of course, if it gains like attack points and stuff, you can target one card in the field, you know, destroy, and then its attack will go back to the original. But we mostly use it for the burning damage. And of course, we do play you know, but you need to have a level 4 lower Destiny Hero monster graveyard in order to use Dystopia effect. And the 2 Destiny Hero monsters that are level 4 lowered that you're going to use for Dystopia to burn your opponent is Destiny Hero Denier and Destiny Hero Celestial. So there you go. So, and one of each of these is very fine as well. So these are very good. Love these fusion materials. Alright, so now we're going to move on to the other ones. The only evil hero monster, fusion monster I play is one copy of Malicious Bane. What can I say? You know, Malicious Bane is amazing, you know, because it destroys all monsters your opponent control. It's a Regenki effect on legs, and also he cannot be destroyed by battle or by card effects as well, so it's pretty good. Now, for the Mass Heroes, I only play 2, and that's double copies of Dark Law. Mass Hero Dark Law is amazing, so 2 copies of the Mass Hero Dark Law. We all know what it does. It's a Microcosmo legs. You know, any card your opponent sends to the graveyard will be banished instead. And then if your opponent activates a card where they activate a search effect, you can banish one random card from your opponent's hand. They still keep in mind, once your opponent activates a card effect that searches, they still get the search effect. It doesn't really negate it. It's just said that once they activate the effect that they search, then, you know, banish one random card from your opponent's hand. So your opponent still get the search effect. It's just, you know, once they activate it, you banish one random card from your hand. So there you go. So do keep that in mind. So that's it for the fusion. Now for the links, I played 1 copy of Extra Hero Cross Crusader, 1 copy of Extra Hero Infernal Devicer, 1 copy of Extra Hero Wonder Driver, and the 1 copy of Extra Hero Dread Decimator to round off the extra deck. Cross Crusader, you know, we know all these links, you know what they do. Of course, Cross Crusader, I know some people play it too. I only play 1. 1 is good because I never went for a second one. I always went with 1. I never went for the other or a second card. That's why I played 1 of this. You know, basically link something, then you target Destiny Hero in your graveyard, special summon, and then you contribute it, and then so for a hero card for your next hand and stuff. And further, the reason why we play this is because of Elemental Hero Neos, because you're gonna need this card to, you know, show, obviously, to help you go for your Shining Neil's Wingman. So once you summon this, and then you reveal Shining Neil's Wingman from your extra deck, then, you know, search for your Neos, and then once you get the polarization, then search, and then you go for Inferno Rage, and then it helps you go for your Shining Neil's Wingman. So that's why Inferno Dark is very important. And also, do keep in mind, when you link summon, you have to link summon the Cross Crusader, because his material requires 2 warriors. Inferno Divisor is a fiend, it's not a warrior, so keep that in mind. So you always got to go Cross Crusader first, and then after that, go for Inferno Divisor, and then you go for your combos and stuff. Wonder Driver is a very good recycling, you know, especially when you go search, get back your polarization, recycle for your polarization, your match change, your fusion destiny, and all that stuff. Dread Decimator is very good. Not a lot of people don't play this, but I still play this card because, you know, all the hero monster, you know, gains 100 attack for each hero monster graveyard, and also it inflict piercing damage as well. Alright, so that's it for the extra deck. Now we're going to move on to the side deck. So for the side deck, I played 3 copies of Ghost Ogre and Snow Rabbit, 3 copies of Drone Lockbird. These do come up at times because these cards are very important. These are the honor hand trade. Y'all already know what it does. 2 copies of Lightning Storm. Of course, only 2 because it's semi-limited to 2, but you know what it does. 3 copies of Evenly Matched. No need to explain. You already know that. 2 copies of Infinite Impermanent, another good hand traps to play, so no need to explain because you guys know what these does. And to round out the side deck, I played 1 copy of Rival of the Warlords and the 1 copy of Anti-Spell Fragment. So Rival of the Warlords and Anti-Spell, you know what it does. So since we do play, since heroes, you know, are almost every monster in the deck are warriors, does come up at times. Anti-Spell is good for like shutting down your opponent's spells. It doesn't hurt you that much as your opponent because once you get your Anti-Spell Fragment, you always got to set your spell cards and stuff like that because you want to mostly stop your opponent from, you know, activating spell because you're forcing them to have them set them face downs before they until they have to wait till the next turn to activate it. Alright guys, so that's going to be it for this video. Hope you guys enjoy my updated version of my hero deck profile. This deck is amazing. It's a lot of fun. I love heroes. One of my favorite decks since the Yu-Gi-Oh! GX era. It's amazing. So that's going to be it for this video. Don't forget to like the video, share, subscribe, post your comments in the comment section below. Tell me what you think about my updated version of my hero deck profile. That's going to be it for this video. This is Domingo Hero Network of the Ice Barrier. All I can say is take care. Have a good day. Goodbye, everyone. Domingo Hero Network of the Ice Barrier is signing out. Peace.